I'm just hoping you feel it. Got my grind up now, all I know go and get it. Vocabulary insane, got the flow to go with it. And ain't no handouts out, got us stuck on a mission. And no, it's no looking back, harder for me cause I'm black. When that money get funny, slow that on spinning the stack. Tryna climb out the ghetto, shit, why you think that I rap? Man, I'ma grind till I get it, and still won't grind after that, Lord knows.
Money on my mind, so you know I gotta get it. Go and get it while the getting's good, strike while the iron's hot. Break it down pound at the pound till I reach the top. Bitches on my top, cause I'm hot, try and get me top. Oh, what a feeling when you start to get this money. Got your own homies hating, looking at you all funny.
Dope Dealer Podcast. It's the world's most dangerous podcast. You know what it is.
Dope Dealers.
It's your boy Jamal Doman.
Tobe Hixx.
What's happening, man? We got a special guest. I mean, he's chopping at the bit to get in there. We gotta introduce you right, man. What's happening? What's happening, Tobe? You good?
Man, it is hot out here.
Yeah, they got the temperature in Africa in this motherfucker.
Damn, man, we have broken record heat temperatures. It's crazy.
Ants took over my back. I've been fighting. I've been in a war with ants for the last 2 days. I guess when it's real hot, they come inside.
Yeah. Hell yeah, they trying to get out that dirt too.
Yeah, they didn't
out in that hot ass dirt.
They took over my bathroom. They took over my kitchen. I've been at war with them. But I think I won the war. I had to go.
Damn.
I was spraying them with bleach. I ain't even had no regular spray. So you know you got the little bleach that you clean.
Shit.
You know how you.
Yeah, I know.
I was spraying them with bleach. It killed them right on contact. But I still went to Target and got the official.
I was like, damn, boy, you guys always finding a way to cut around.
You want to say something? You good? You ain't choking. All right, we gonna bring.
I can't say nothing to you intro.
No, I thought you had something to say
I ain't got
about
nothing to
it.
say.
No, you can still. I mean, we gonna introduce you.
Yeah, I got air problem too.
Oh, you got
Yeah, man, and they was on my couch, but I can't find out where they coming from.
Oh,
like they just it was like a
they coming out.
there,
I see where they coming out. They coming out the cracks in the walls, like we got little cracks. Yeah. So that's I'm going through that. But you know what? Let's get right into it. Hold up, before we get into it, that was the song that you heard. That was my other cousin. I told you all my cousins making music now. So that was my cousin, man. That's Kodak Deezy. He goes by the name of Kodak Deezy.
Dang.
That was called Skills. Yeah, Skills. Let me just double check. But that was my cousin. We played my other cousin Mike B last week. So this week we played.
Shout out to your relatives, man.
Yeah,
your
man.
relatives
That's
putting
Philly.
in
That's
work.
Philly love.
Yeah, that's Philly love, right out of North
man.
Philly, man. That's Kodak Deezy,
It's
man.
about the last time I want to hear cousins doing this dope.
That song was called Keep It Real. Keep It Real off his new mixtape. He made sure he sent this to me called The New 88. I guess that's the year he was born, New 88. That's actually my cousin Ramid, but you know his rap name is Kodak Deezy.
Does he walk around with the camera or just?
No, that's my.
Shout out, Kodak Deezy.
Yeah, Kodak Deezy. Yeah, love you,
North
cousin.
Philly in the house, West Philly here.
I watched him grow up, man.
That's your relative.
That's my relative. That's my cousin Edie's son.
That's your relative.
Hold up, no. Ramid, I'm making a mistake. I'm getting old. That's my cousin Alki's son. That's last week. Mike B was cousin Edie's son.
Okay,
that's Alki's son.
That's your relative.
Next time, just say it's a family member.
On my daddy's side. That's all on my daddy's side.
You got a lot of relatives.
Yeah, it's just
you ain't never told me. I ain't never know Jamal has many relatives.
And this nigga keeps saying cuz up in here with this shit.
Watch out. You
like, damn, man, it's your relative. You supposed to know better after all these years we've been hanging. Ain't your cousin?
No, we say cousins. We don't know nothing about that gang.
Hey,
that's true.
We know.
So episode 21, man, we are here. We appreciate you guys listening. We back, man. Episode 21, we just growing and we really appreciate you. Shout out to the armed forces. You know we do it for you guys, man.
Yes.
Army,
Navy.
I just came back from the Middle East, man.
We're gonna talk about that.
Okay, I'm mad with the
we're gonna talk about that. But you know, before let's bring on our special guest. You guys have already heard him. He was chomping at the bit, man. So we wanted to bring him out special. Oh, you know what? I forgot to. I'm always leaving something, man. But it's all good. This guest, our special guest this week, is real special to me and Toby. We go way back, man. This is one of our homies in the game. I'm talking about in this stand-up war that we in. He's a soldier who been shooting right beside us, man, just, you know, in this game. And this is how we do it, man. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen him, and he has credits too, ladies and gentlemen. He's been doing it longer than me and Toby. He's a vet, man. This is like one of our mentors, man. You've seen him on The Real Husbands of Hollywood. You've seen him on Everybody Hates Chris. He got like 7 commercials probably running right now.
Well, I got one running now, but I've shot about 20.
Yeah. Comic View, ladies and gentlemen. He's got a Comic View, just so much going on. He's got a new movie that he did with Sanaa Lathan that we're going to talk about that's coming up called Happy Happy.
No,
Ladies and
Happily
Happily
Nappy.
Nappy.
Is that a porn?
Oh, yeah.
Huh?
Damn,
I
that
wish it
sound like
was.
a porn.
She was fine as
Shit.
hell. I wish it was a porn.
Happy
Ladies
Nappy.
and gentlemen, Dope Dealer Podcast presents our special guest this week, Dannon Green.
What up,
Dannon
y'all?
Green.
What's up, y'all? I gotta say what's up to the dope boys, even though I don't know y'all as the dope boys. Well, I knew one as a dope boy, but not
used to be. Well,
yeah,
now
but
it's
he
dope like dope guests.
Dope, yeah, I know, dope guests.
Dope guests. Yeah, I mean, dope comedy.
Yeah,
you know
so
what I mean?
man, it's a man. I've been chopping and wanting to get on y'all show for a minute, but y'all been having everybody on here.
Yeah,
so
man.
I had to wait my turn.
Yeah, man. Listen, man. Well, you know how this industry is.
Yeah.
They gonna call you eventually. That's
Eventually
what I
we'll
learned.
get the call. So
I mean,
I was
eventually
ready.
they gonna call you. You know.
Yeah.
So, man, what's been happening, man?
Man, first of all, again, just happy to be on your podcast. I've been really busy, man. Been done a number of commercials. I had about 5 running last year. I got 1 running this year.
Yeah.
But I've really been.
What's some of the commercials? Can you say the companies?
Yeah,
or?
McDonald's. I had McDonald's. I had
Didn't you have a Popeyes?
The La Quinta joint was the one that
was
shit was getting
the
hella
La Quinta,
airplay.
yeah, that's the one that paid me up last year.
Yeah.
The Popeyes was a number of years ago, but what people don't know is I was actually the Popeyes chicken spokesperson before the girl.
Yeah, I remember.
I was before her. And I had it for a year and a half, almost 2 years, which was awesome. They even flew me to New York on Super Bowl weekend to shoot one.
Them checks was nice.
Man.
Them checks was
nice, man. And
Damn, boy, that remind me of some shit, man. See, and not too many people know this, though. I went to the final audition. It was just me and him left, the Cheez-It Man. They didn't even know if they wanted a white dude or a black dude. Me and him was the final 2, and every time I see the Cheez-It commercial, I'm
usually
like,
when it comes down to a white dude or black dude, usually they go with the white dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
yeah. But I had some, I was up for some real big stuff. One of my biggest commercials that I was up for was I didn't get it. Well, actually, I didn't get it because of loyalty. We talked about that earlier real quick. I was up for this Wendy's commercial that they shot and that wound up running through NFL, Thursday night, Sunday night football, all of that. And they actually was up to me. It was down to me and another guy, my boy Sean. But I had booked the movie, man.
Yeah.
About 6 months earlier, these white boys had given me the part that I didn't even have to audition because I had did them a solid.
Right.
And the movie was with Michael Madsen. And the day of principal shooting for the movie was the day of the shoot of the commercial.
Oh, don't you
And I
hate
did
that?
the movie. Even though the commercial was bigger, and my agent, I had just signed with them, and they wasn't happy about it. But I told them, I said, "Look, I gave these guys my word, and I had to do it." So, I think my agent always respected me for that because your word is all you got out here in this business.
Any commercials that I guess that's one. Even one you didn't get that you like. Damn, I wish I would have got that one, man.
Oh man, there was a couple. When there was a beer commercial one last year, when they go, you probably saw it during football season. The guy goes, "But like here." And he pops up in everybody.
Right, yeah.
I had got a call back for that. I was on hold for that one, and they didn't pick me for that one. So I've been up. I've been up for a number.
What was your longest running commercial?
La Quinta did well. Actually, the La Quinta did well because the crazy thing about the La Quinta one is I shot that in 2016. They didn't start running it until last year.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so they had it on ice, and I didn't even know if they were going to run it. But my Popeyes was one of the longest ones. The McDonald's ones, they just upped me some more ante on that one. That's one. That's when I'm in the garage with the 3 guys, and we're listening. Well, 3 guys and a girl, and we're listening to the football game. And it's the McCafe coffee.
Right.
Yeah, that's one like that. So I've had a number of them. I got blessed.
Is the commercial money as good as it used to be?
No, not
It's
at
not
all.
like, because I remember when I first moved out here, you could live a year off of one commercial.
Bro, if you were out here in the 80s, 70s and 80s and part of the 90s, if you got a commercial, you was buying the house.
Damn, it was that money was
Buying the
that
house.
good.
Yeah, man.
What
But
changed?
we got a bad SAG signed a terrible deal. We got sold SAG. The union people to me sold the actors down the tube, and one of the biggest things was the internet. And when the internet came out, and I remember the article in the LA Times, the actors were fighting to get part of the internet,
right?
Because anytime you have something show up on your phone or whatever. Even if each actor got a penny or a half a cent, you would make them. You would make a gang of money.
Yeah.
So, but the producers, what they did was they convinced them. They kept saying stuff like, "Oh, the internet's not going to be that big. It's not going to be no big thing." And I think Melissa Gilbert, if I'm correct, and I don't want to be wrong, so I'm just putting it out there. I think she was the president of the union at the time, SAG, and she signed a terrible deal. And
So
we've gotten
when it's time to
you need about
renegotiate.
Well, I don't know. We just did
Should
it.
have kept her
Well, we
ass
just-
on Little House on
in
the
the prairie. Yeah, they
huh?
should have. But with John Boy, but no, I think we just did. We just signed a new. They just signed like a new contract, so we get more. We get more money for the internet and also the internet and they got this thing called new media.
Right.
So new media is like your phone and stuff like that. I believe so. Yeah.
It's always changing.
Yeah, but you know what's great about it? Either way, you shoot something in January, you're getting paid for it in August through,
Yeah,
you know,
that's
so you can't complain.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to talk specifics. If you don't want to talk, what's the most you made from a commercial? If you don't want to say that's
Oh,
fine.
no, it's cool. I think the most I made was about 70 something. I had a good year last year. I made close to 100 last year.
Oh damn! I mean, nigga, can I borrow some money?
Nigga, I wish I did, but I was enjoying life.
Hey, you know what's funny is that I had a homeboy who came out here. He said his very first year in LA, he booked 3 national commercials. He made over 100,000.
Wow.
And he was fresh from Detroit, so he didn't know. He thought this shit was gonna happen forever. He was blowing the money, smoking weed, taking bitches out to eat, and all this shit.
Yeah, and that money, they
And
don't know
ended
that rent go
And
up.
then, he end up, not getting nothing for a long time.
That's how it
and then
happens.
another story, the same person. This is the same guy.
Right?
He booked a Toys R Us commercial.
Ooh.
So it was a holiday commercial. So they shot it, paid him his money, whatever. So 2 years had passed and he was behind on all his bills.
Whoa.
He had an eviction notice.
Whoa!
Like he was just like, fuck, I gotta go back to Detroit, bro. This shit's fucked
You
up.
don't want to go back to
And
Detroit.
then all of a sudden, Toys R Us called him and said, "Hey, Mr. So-and-so, we just was wondering if we could use your commercial again and give you $5,000 for the holidays again."
Hell yeah!
And they didn't know that they saved his damn life.
Oh,
Well,
That's
let me-
how it
oh,
worked
wait a
out.
minute.
And
Let
that
me-
shit was 2 years old.
Hey, no, let me tell you what happened to me. I forgot to tell you about this one. Do you guys remember the Walmart commercial I had?
Yeah,
When I was sitting on the couch?
yeah.
Well, what people don't know about that one is it was a series of commercials, 13. I shot 6 of them because of the different products. They ran that commercial through football season. I made a grip, right? Then they called me. They sent my agent a letter, said they're no longer going to use the commercial. The next football season during the playoffs, I'm watching the game with some partners down at this bar in Hollywood, and they go, I'm eating. They're like, yo, nigga, is that you? And I look up, I'm like, oh, shit. Nigga, they started running my commercial again. Called my agent the next day. My agent said, yes, we know about that. You know they negotiated a deal. I was getting $14,000 for each spot.
Wow.
God, I made a grip off of that one.
Wow.
And then let me tell you what happened after that. They wanted to bring that commercial back again. Right? They canceled it again and wanted to bring it back. I would have made so much money. But I shot a Pepsi commercial.
Yeah.
And it was a conflict.
It was a conflict, yeah.
And then do you know that they never ran the Pepsi commercial?
Oh, don't you hate that?
Man, so
Damn.
well, like you said, your boy, but I made some, the thing about it is you can make good money once you get in with the right people. One thing about commercials, commercials are really about relationships with directors and things. I've shot about 4 or 5 commercials with one director.
So because
because he likes me, and
and you work
Yeah.
work
And
well.
You tell me about the time motherfucker just called you up. You
That's
didn't
the
have
one.
to
That's the same
audition.
one. Yeah. And I remember going to him, and I'll never forget. I said, "Hey man, blah blah blah. I really appreciate you."
Yeah.
And this was about a couple years ago. I told him, I said, "Man, you really saved my career." I told him that, and he said, "All he said, hey man, you make me look good." He left me
Yeah, that's
alone.
and
And I don't when I go in for him. I can see him down there, when especially if it's a callback, and I know it's the ad and she there, and some of the other people there and him there, and I wait for him to initiate any kind of conversation.
that's
with
what
me.
you're supposed to do.
And he'll say that to me. He's like, "So how's the golf game?" I'm like, "Okay, we can talk. Hey, not bad, whatever." But
That's
this game,
it's relationships. Hey,
it's the whole. Y'all know that. Y'all know that. I'm not telling y'all nothing. Y'all don't know that one. That's our whole game right now. Relationship.
The closest I ever came to I never really got in a big commercial, but I think I was part of a big time commercial actor who me and JT Jackson years ago.
Wow.
Years ago.
Wow, JT
His
of all
first
people,
I
man.
know the totals, bring him up. You remember the first commercial that really got him on was a Bacardi and Cola. It was a campaign.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
it was
it
was a Miami Vice spoof.
Yeah.
So they was looking for somebody to play Crockett and Tubbs.
Mm-hmm.
Well, me and him was I think me and him and another person, we was the 3 I was young. I had hair back then. We was 3 finalists for the black person. I forgot which he was Crockett or Tubbs.
Right.
Forgot.
Tubbs.
I remember they was in New York, so we went and we had to do it in front of the camp because the people were in New York. Mm-hmm. And JT ended up getting it. Yeah. And that was like his first big, because I think he had the hair, you know what I mean?
And that's always been his calling card.
Yeah.
One thing about it, that's what they look for. They
listen,
got a calling card.
He told me, there was a campaign.
Yeah.
He told me he made about 70 grand. I remember he got a car, he got rims. And then after that, he never stopped doing commercials.
Let me tell you something.
Until recently.
Oh man.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't even know what happened to the end of that story. But
it ain't over. He's still charges is still pressed against him.
I'm hoping that it ain't true, but if it is, man.
If you're listening, if you don't know JT, just Google JT Jackson. That's one of our homies. He's in some little mix right now. We'll find out what's going on.
But you want to get a campaign, because one thing about a campaign is that once you get that, the paper is like Popeye's Chicken was a campaign.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, man, this is how crazy it is. When I got this is how the business is. This is why even when we talk about the bad stuff or the hardship that we have out here sometimes.
Right.
Because nobody's up all the time unless you 1 percentile of the actors. But what happened with me was I was driving up the 405, I'll never forget it. My agent called me and said, Dannon, what are you doing on Friday? No, he said, what are you doing tomorrow? I said, I don't know. He said, you want to shoot a commercial? So I said, yeah. I said, which one? He said, you booked the Popeyes chicken commercial. I said, but I ain't been out for no Popeyes chicken commercial. Mm-hmm. He said, well, it's you. I'm so like, yeah, right. Mm-hmm. I'm like, call them back and make sure they got the right person. Mm-hmm. I actually said that to him. Mm-hmm. He said, I'll call you back. So he hung up. 10 minutes later, he said, yeah, it's you. What happened was, I had auditioned for a Popeyes chicken commercial about 6 months earlier. Mm-hmm. They had me on tape.
Wow.
I got called from the tape.
Wow.
And what happened was, here's what people don't know about the Popeyes chicken. People say, well, Dannon, you lost it. No, the campaign was actually for her. Yeah. But some of the first official, because the Popeyes told me, some of the commercials that they made, they made her look too Aunt your mama-ish, like, like that South, so they couldn't use it. Right. It looked kind of degrading, I guess. Right. Mm-hmm. So they had to get this campaign out. Yeah. They went and got me off the tape. And so I shot like 3 commercials that day. Mm-hmm. They cut 3 out of that one. Because I wound up having 5 from that one. Right. But the craziest one was when it's in January, and I'm at the crib, and my agent called me. He says, he actually said, he goes, so what you doing Friday? Mm-hmm. I said, nothing. He said, you want to go to New York and shoot a commercial? I said, for who? He said, yeah, they want to shoot 2 commercials in New York. Yeah. I said, yeah. He said, and then here's the crazy thing about it, and this is when you know you can be an actor, but you can, sorry y'all, you can be an actor, but when you ain't used to being able to call the shots, they ask you the questions, it kind of throws you off. They go, so do you have any demands? I'm like, oh shit. I said, can I eat? You know what I mean? But it was like,
just give me some food.
Yeah.
We ain't used to that.
So I said, can I go first class?
Hell yeah.
And they said, we'll check it. And then they called me back and said, they won't fly you first class, but they fly you business. Okay. But it's you don't ever feel like an actor until you get that call where they pick you up. Yeah. They take you to the airport. Yeah. You fly business. Yeah. The people there are treating you cool. Mm-hmm. You get off the plane in New York. Yeah. You got that big ass sign saying Mr. Green. You get in the car. You drive to the hotel. You staying at the Standard down there in Chelsea Pier. Mm-hmm. You walk in. Oh, Mr. Green, we're waiting for you here. You go to your room. You get a call. We need you to come downstairs. They drive you to the production office. Oh, here's $200 for your per diem. Can we see your hands? Oh, here's another $50. Can you get your feet and your nails done? Yeah. I mean, that's when you finally say, you made it. You know what I mean?
The time I've been close to that is a friend of mine, Jamal Hill, director, he called me. He was like, hey, my friends are shooting this movie. They got a comedic part. They looking for a comedic actor to play it. I told him about you. He sent me over the script. He said, put yourself on tape and then send it to him. So he gave me the info. I went over my homegirl Chastity house. We recorded it on my phone. I went to the 99-cent store, got some props because the guy was kind of like, he sold little lizards and stuff like that. So I got some props. We put it on tape, sent it to the person. maybe the next day they hit me up was like, hey, the director hit me up like, hey, you're funny, you got the part. People gonna call you. So they called me. They said we're shooting in Utah. No, New Mexico.
Okay.
New Mexico. And it was like next week.
Wow.
So this was next. I started getting, they get your wardrobe. They calling you. They emailing you the contract. It was a SAG low budget, but hey. So I left on. I was filming one day. So I left on Tuesday. They flew me in on Tuesdays. I was filming on Wednesday. So they flew me in. So you fly to Arizona, and then from Arizona. You take this small, because they were shooting in a small town in New Mexico.
A little small plane.
So it's a small plane. Only on the plane was me and this girl who lives in the town.
Wow.
So she was a Mexican girl. She was like, what's going on? I said, I'm going to your town to film this movie. She was like, you're going to, I forgot the town. You're going to Hayworth? I said, yeah, they doing them. She said, who comes to Hayworth and does a movie? But she had been away for a while.
Yeah.
So it was just me and her in a small ass plane. We was kicking it like we had a private jet.
Yeah.
So you fly into this small ass airport and, the people pick you up.
Right.
Seem like you pick but it's small airport, so they don't need a sign because it's only me and her getting off the plane. So they took me to the whole this small town in New Mexico, nice hotel. You get into the hotel room. They got a card for me. Hey, Mr. Doman, we appreciate you being part of this project and such and such.
Yeah,
they had little gifts and little gift bags.
It ain't nothing like it, man. But you know what I want to share with you? Go ahead.
But the thing about it is like it's crazy when you experience shit like that and then you got to come back and do other shit. Because I experience that all the time. That's the difference between me being on the shows with Felipe and then me doing my own show.
Yeah.
When I'm with Felipe, everything is top notch, taken care of. When I'm back, and then I might do one weekend with Felipe, next weekend by myself, and it should be back to reality. I'll be in a hotel with cigarette burns and a comforter and shit.
Man, let me tell you, that happened with me with Ced when I did a date with Cedric before. And man, Ced was staying at the Ritz-Carlton. I ain't never stayed at the Ritz-Carlton. And man, we was on the floor where you can go in and eat. I ain't know how to act, man. I was like, free? Everything free? But I wanted to share something with you and your guests about just how crazy the career is, because what a lot of people don't know is that I was up for the TV show That's So Raven. I made it to network to play the dad role.
Yeah.
And when you were talking about signing contracts, it made me think about it. I had signed my contract and everything, man. It was like a 30-something page contract. I knew what I was going to make per episode and everything, bro. And then I went up with network, and we was in there for like 4 or 5 hours. Just they were switching us up. What they do is they put you up first. You do your lines and stuff. You got the whole network there. Then they put the girl with you. Then they switch the girl and all that type of stuff. And me and Johnson, my man Johnson, the guy that used to play in the house parties back in the day from Buffalo. Man, something Johnson. I forgot his name, and I know it's off the top of the list. But him and I were up for the part.
Yeah.
And we were there all day. And about an hour and a half later, here comes Rondell Sheridan. We said, why are you late? And then we go,
oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he probably, the deal with that. It was like, he came in late.
Yeah.
And that happened to me again with the TV show Writer's Remorse.
Yeah.
I got a call back for that. Made it to the producer, the dude, Michael, whoever he was, I forgot the guy's name. And we out there sitting, I think Jay Phillips made it to the finals and some other people. And we're sitting out there in the hallway. Elevator door opens up. Here come Mike S. bopping in. We was like, okay. Anytime you see one, like you're waiting, and then another star walks directly into the casting office.
Yeah, it's
pretty much know you ain't gonna get that.
How do you take that? How mentally is it?
It's tough.
Do you get depressed? How do you handle that?
I'll be honest with you guys, man, and I don't think I've ever. I mean, me and Toby talked about a lot of things before, but I think the only time I ever was depressed, I was really down, was the TV show Everybody Hates Chris, because I shot the pilot.
Oh, I didn't know that. I'm trying to think.
I shot the original pilot of Everybody Hates Chris. And
what part you played?
I was going to play a gentleman named Mr. Corliss. I was the owner of a real estate office.
Right.
And I was going to be Tashina Arnold's boss.
I think I remember you telling me that.
And Tashina Arnold, what happened was, I shot the pilot. I didn't tell nobody off the back, right? And shot the pilot. I'm there in the day of the pilot, like everybody's in Hollywood. Chris Rock was there. Yeah. Terry Crews, everybody on the show was there. I mean, it was like, and I never forget it, man. I walked into the
casting off?
No, the makeup the makeup. I already I booked the part.
Okay.
And I walk into the makeup, and Terry Crews is getting makeup like where you are. And he goes, "Oh, you got the part? Oh, this guy here? This guy is funny."
Yeah.
And never in my life, that's the first time in my life I felt like, nigga, you about to put your foot in their ass.
Yeah.
And I shot the scene, and the scene was funny. We shot the scene, it was funny. And time was going on, and I didn't tell nobody. And then what happened was someone said, "Heard you got the TV show Everybody Hates Chris." What happened was anytime they do them new shows, and they do the upfronts, they put it in the Wall Street Journal or something like that.
Yeah.
So people was reading it.
Yeah.
My name was in it. So I'm like, nigga, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
I remember this.
And about 4 weeks went in, and I'm chilling, like, you know what I mean? Because what you're doing, I'm sitting back and I'm thinking, nigga, I'm about to move. You know what I mean? I'm about to move.
I'm about to move.
I'm about to move.
Jefferson.
You already
that nigga was already George
You
Jefferson.
already.
Man, bro, I'm telling
you already doing the okay. I'm gonna move over. You're looking at neighborhood. You're looking at houses.
Nigga, I'm like, I'm about to, come up. And Lamont Pharrell, my boy Lamont, he was writing for Girlfriends at the time.
Right.
He said, "Yo, damn." I said, "Yo, what's up?" He said, "Yo, man, I saw the pilot of Everybody Hates Chris." And I said, "Yo, how did that look?" He said, "You ain't in it."
Oh.
And he a comic, so I'm like, all right, that's not bullshit. He said, "No, nigga, you ain't in it." I said, but he ain't say it happily.
Yeah.
And I said, "Oh, excuse me." I said, "Mott, are you serious?" He said, "Bro, you ain't in it." And a day later, I got a phone call from Dan Dugan, and he said, "Hey, is Dan Green there?" And I go, "Yeah, this is Dan Green." He said, "Hey, Dan, this is Dan from Everybody Hates Producer." I said, "Yeah." He said, "I got good news and I got bad news." He said, "The good news is that the show got picked up."
Right.
He said, "Unfortunately, they cut your character." And
There ain't no good news then. What the fuck is he talking about? Good news and bad news. He got bad news.
He got bad and bad news.
Yeah.
It was bad news.
Yeah.
And I literally, man, just felt like someone had punched me with a motherfucking body shot. And then I promise you, a week later, I started seeing on the buses, like Everybody Hates Chris, billboards. And I was like, damn.
Oh my goodness.
And then to top it off, to put the icing on the cake, I'm at the Laugh Factory and I see Chris Rock. And I go to Chris and I go, "Chris," he goes, "Hey, what's up, man?" Because Chris was there when I shot the pilot, I said, "Chris, I said, what happened, man? They cut the character." And Chris, what people don't know about Chris Rock is the most low-key celebrity there.
No, he is, yeah.
He don't have to travel 15, 14 deep. He's by himself. And I was like, "Chris, what happened?" He goes, you know how Chris is. He goes, I don't know. It kind of went a little long, and I don't know. I don't think it really worked. It didn't work, and that's what happened. It just it was a little long and didn't work. And, okay, see you later. And literally, man, for about a week and a half, man, I was on my couch.
Wow.
I was hurt, man. I ain't gonna say I cried, but I was like, because you know about this game.
You're so close.
We put people don't understand if you ain't in Hollywood, especially the old Hollywood. I ain't talking about this social media. I got a 25,000 hits because I made a 5-second Vine. But I'm talking about if you ain't been in this game and you've been grinding and you've been running to the, putting your foot to the ground, and then you finally got it where a casting person calls you in, and Kim Coleman is one of my favorite casting directors. She's one of the few people that always calls me in, and they tell you got it.
And you film the pilot,
and you get money for the pilot, but now you thinking like, nigga, I'm good. And then the show ran for 5 years.
Yeah, you would have been set.
But the cool thing was, Ali Leroy, to his credit, they gave me like 6 episodes.
That's cool.
And I can't argue anything more than that. They gave me.
Hell yeah, man. I remember I shot a pilot, Pleasant Pastures, man. I said, man, when I first walked on the set, I seen all white people and gays, and I said, "Oh, this is it." I said, "Okay, this is it." I looked around, I was the only black there. I said, "Oh, this is it. This shit about to go down." Shit, everybody's white or either gay. Right. I was like, "This is the place to be."
Nigga, I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what's funny though, man? It's the business is something like even what you guys are doing now with your podcast and what we do as comedians and what we do as actors is. Once you're in the game, you got to make a decision. are you gonna put both feet in the game and run, or you gonna play with it?
That's true.
Because once you're in the game, anything can happen. You know, like one of my boys, like I said, we won't say his name, but he just became head writer of a show.
Yeah.
And he had some hard times.
Yeah, you got it's gonna be ups and downs.
Right, it's gonna be, and you're gonna have more downs.
See, that's what people don't understand. Like, you got to be able to accept disappointment, and that's the biggest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
The only thing for us, I think, especially with you two, and I know you two because I know how you guys are, just don't, the hardest thing for us is the bullshit of the game.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
nigga, just,
keep it 100.
Yeah, keep it 100. Nigga, don't, producers, casting directors, their job is, oh, you did good. Thank you so much. That's their job.
Yeah.
Make you feel good enough to get you out their office, and so they can get. But when you're dealing with cats on your level or that personally, I had a dude. I'm not gonna say what it is, but somebody came to me about a project recently, man, and came to me directly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Came to me directly. Yo, man, I've been watching you, man. I like your style. Because we're all kind of the same. We ain't not loudmouth guys out there in the clubs. You know what I mean? And came to me directly and was like, yo, I got this going on, and I'm blah, blah. And to make a long story short, so I won't have to say who it is, man, project went, the dude saw me.
Yeah. Nothing.
Then so I asked him one time, I said, yo, what's up? He said, oh, man, I got your card. I just looked at your card the other day, man, and we'll see what's up with it. Never called me.
That's how, yeah.
And so all I say, man, is the bullshit part you got to deal with more. You know what I mean? And that's what kills us pretty, because we trying to keep the shit real, and people look at us like you angry. You're like, nigga, I ain't angry.
No,
just keep the shit real with me.
Keep it real.
If you don't want to use me, nigga, I'm good.
All right, let's go. Let's do. We do a little couple funny things here. Little fun things. Here.
Okay.
So what we got now is the dope quote. We haven't done the dope quote. I'm going to give you the quote, and then I'm going to give you 3 candidates of who made the quote, who said it, and then you guys guess who it is.
Okay.
All right. So here's the quote. I wash my hands before I touch my dick. Let's do it one more time. Here's the quote. I wash my hands before I touch my dick. Here's the 3 options. Mick Jagger, A. B. Don King, C. 50 Cent.
50 Cent.
You say 50? You say Don King? 50 Cent,
50
Don
Cent.
King? And the winner is Dannon Green. That is a famous quote by the great Don King. I should know boxing.
Motherfucker don't do his hair, but he keep his hands clean. But you're supposed to, though. I was going to say, any Muslim.
So did you guess that, or you kind of knew it already?
It's not that I knew it. It's just the fact that I know Don King is off the cuff with something.
Yeah.
50's more talking about you.
Yeah. So that's why I threw 50. I knew I tricked people and they think
if
50
you would have said 50, somebody said this about somebody, I would have went with 50 probably said it.
That's it, yeah. So that's the great Don
I
King.
knew it wasn't Mick Jagger, because white dudes don't give a fuck about washing their hands.
They leave the bathroom without washing their hands.
Yeah, man. I see them all the time.
So listen, let's do the dope of the week. We got a thing called the dope of the week.
The dope of the week?
Yeah, the dope of the week. So this is our kind of like our what's the thing they do on Donkey of the Day?
Charlemagne the God.
Yeah. So this is our so let me get my video together. So the dope of the week is the family of Renard Matthews. The family of Renard Matthews.
I saw that online. I know what it is.
Let me just read it.
Go ahead.
Let me read it out. Toby, are you familiar with the family of Renard Matthews? Okay. A family whose teenage son died honored his memory in an unusual way. His corpse was positioned in a chair facing a television screen, a video game controller in hand, and his favorite snacks next to him. Renard Matthews, 18, in New Orleans, Louisiana, was robbed and shot to death on the evening of June 25th while walking his dog. So rest in peace, Renard.
Yeah, brother, on the real.
Matthews, whom a neighbor described as a nice young man, loved football and basketball. His favorite athlete was Celtics guard Kyrie Irving, his mother Tamika said. On Sunday, his wake presented a faithful reflection of his low-key lifestyle. The family had Matthews embalmed and placed in a stance that was typical for him. He was seated in a chair wearing a Kyrie Irving Celtics jersey and sunglasses with a PlayStation controller in his hand, facing the television playing the Celtics. He was flanked by Doritos and soda. The funeral home where the wake was held is accustomed to unique requests. So this is a picture of him. at his wake.
Oh man, come on, man.
Well, that means they're used to those type of requests because they must be burying a lot of brothers because that's some bullshit right there.
So listen. Yeah, the family, this is him. He's
I'm
dead.
at a loss for words on that shit right there.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you listen to this, Google Renard Matthews and look at, actually we're going to have this picture on our page, on our Instagram page.
Yeah, this is unbelievable, man.
So to the family, his family, like I understand what the thought, sometimes, is a good thought, but somebody in the family had to say, oh, hell no.
Maybe, I guess grandma, grandpa, I guess everybody's dead. Everybody responsible's dead.
Yeah,
because I mean, come on, man.
First of all, you don't bury...
They got him in sliders.
And not only that, but those are some nice sliders. You don't bury no niggas in no good sliders, man. Somebody can use them. And the shoes and the socks is dope.
You know they gonna dig them up and take all this shit off of them. You know they do the funeral people home or,
Why do black people keep doing this kind of stuff, man?
Why the Doritos?
He got to do. That's his favorite.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, shit.
That's his favorite snacks.
Hey, is it foul?
Where's the blunt at then?
Yeah.
Nigga, he got a do-rag on.
Where's the blunt? I know he had if you doing that, you got a blunt too. You ain't just sitting there.
And
like
they got
that.
his feet sitting like he really, truly is playing.
Yeah, like he got the controller in his hand and everything.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question though. Would it be foul to eat the Doritos? Like if you was hungry, like just grab the motherfuckers.
You can't eat the
stop
Doritos.
by and hug him and take the
grab the Doritos.
Let's read some of the comments. This was definitely a Twilight Zone episode. Remind me of that Twilight Zone episode with the 3 astronauts on the cemetery planet. Okay.
That's some crazy
Somebody said, okay, I'm done. Why am I looking at this at almost midnight?
Because it's almost midnight there.
Could this be the next Doritos commercial? Yo, that's
Uh-huh.
This week's Never Say You Seen It.
Dying to get Doritos.
This week's Never Say You Seen It Again winner is this is, I'm just shocked that Yahoo published an article with a sufficient amount of relevant photos. This was very common during the Victorian era. Okay. Wow, just wow.
Wait a minute.
Hold on.
What was common?
I guess this type of barrier. I don't know what.
Man, back then they didn't even do that. They didn't even bomb your body.
Had no idea that funeral homes sell the Weekend at Bernie's package.
That's funny.
Man.
Well, in all my 69 years, I must say this is the first time for me. It's amazing what people will do these days.
Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, bet that cost a ton of money.
That was all about attention, man.
Oh my yes.
But who's getting the attention? He did. He don't need it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just so the family of Renard Matthews, you are the dope of the week.
I mean, he didn't have no girlfriend who be like, just don't.
Ain't
do
nobody
like,
go. Yeah,
there's not one individual who said we
this ain't right.
Do this.
Yeah, ain't nobody go like this ain't right.
He's sitting there looking like Flavor Flav. This is some.
He do look like Flavor Flav too.
This is man. Let me tell you something.
My question is, how do you think Kyrie feel? Like a nigga.
Yeah.
Like, y'all could have given him another jersey.
Let me tell you something. My family
should have gave him his Cavs jersey.
Yeah, it should have gave him up.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's the one the Cavs are dead. Should have gave him the Cavs jersey.
Let me tell you something. If my family ever do some bullshit like this, I'm telling you, somebody. Hey, listen.
First of all, you ain't gonna know though.
Yeah,
I can't imagine. Bro.
I mean, I could, call you.
My family.
Hey, how you gonna call him?
I'm just saying, maybe got a line down there to where he going.
Yeah, my family better
down there where he going. This nigga said down there.
My family better not ever do no bullshit like that. So that is the dope of the week, man. The family.
I can see my kids trying to do me like that. I can see them. They'd have me sitting there with my Lakers shit on, watching the Laker game, smoking weed, and some Heinekens right now.
No, they have you. You don't think they're gonna have you on stage with a mic in your hand like you doing comedy?
Nah, they probably go for the sitting on the couch, smoking weed.
But mess up and bury him in a LeBron jersey.
Yeah,
just to piss him off.
And a Mark Madsen jersey. Just to fuck with him.
Mark Madsen, that dude.
All right, listen. Let's do something. We're doing a new little segment in here. It's called Dope Facts.
Okay.
This is Dope Facts. These are actual facts. All right, somebody is calling me from Compton trying to get in touch with me. I don't know who it is, but all right, here's dope fact number 1. Oral sex was illegal in Canada until 1969.
That's true.
That's a dope
Why
fact.
the 69 year? Why isn't it 70?
No, 69.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know, but I'm sitting down.
Because it's still illegal in some other countries. You know that, right?
Yeah, but I mean, damn, who was pressing charges?
I had a
Man, this bitch was sucking my dick. Arrest her.
No, the nigga that went down and said, "Man, do you know what this smell like down there?"
Hey, I had an ex-girlfriend.
I quit.
I had an ex-girlfriend. It was illegal in her house.
In her house?
Yeah,
I remember you said that. Yeah, she didn't want to suck no dick.
According to a survey, 9% of Americans don't know what country New Mexico is in.
They don't. They think it's in Mexico. Stupid motherfuckers.
Listening to music at high volumes make a person calmer, happier, and more relaxed.
Calmer.
Calmer, happier, and more relaxed. Listening to music at high volumes. Wow, if Hillary Clinton won the 2016 presidential election, it would have been the first time that two presidents have had sex with each other.
Wow.
Yeah, think about it.
Well, at least legally, because we know somebody hit somebody.
Might have, well, no. Yeah.
Somebody gave us some ass somewhere.
Yeah.
Huh? Hold on.
You don't get that? Explain that to Toby.
Man, goddamn, Toby, you my boy, man. Come on, don't make me do this. We live. I can't do this shit to you.
Two sex legally.
Two presidents. It'd be the first time that two presidents have had sex.
Her husband was Bill Clinton.
Yeah, I mean, I know. Yeah.
I was just doing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Now you get
all right. Okay.
This is the dope boy.
That's that Omaha, Nebraska.
That's
the tape delay reaction.
All right, couple more. The first man to survive going over Niagara Falls later died from slipping on an orange pill.
Damn, that's a dumb motherfucker.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Damn.
Studies show that eating chocolate candy can improve your math skills.
That's some stupid shit.
I don't believe that
there.
one.
Yeah, that's some stupid shit right there.
You don't believe that?
Nah, man, I ate Snickers all my life and failed algebra.
That's some dumb shit right there. I don't know who came up with that one.
No, that's, hey, man. Hey, listen. Okay, last thing. Kangaroos hop because they can't move their feet independently. That's why they hop.
That has to be
true. Yeah, they can't.
I thought it was because of their tail.
No. Mm-hmm. A study found that iPhone users tend to have more sex than those who use other phones.
Damn.
Who got iPhones in here?
Me and you, Dannon got that Android.
I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, he over here with that Android.
Oh, man. That's
wow. Yeah, I can see that.
I'm changing phones.
I can see that. I think it's because, the videos and shit more accessible too, clear.
Man, but when you have the iPhone, man, you could be in the neighborhood and
then you know what it is too?
Your chick can tell you where you at.
No, fuck all that. But the reason why the motherfuckers have more sex too with the iPhone is because you can FaceTime. Because I didn't FaceTime with women and like been in a hotel and didn't have no pussy coming through and I just FaceTime with somebody and we both come.
Damn.
Like we was in the same room. Dope dealers.
I would not be shaking Toby hands when we leave the
shit.
I would not give him a pound.
That's what FaceTime, man. FaceTime is a motherfucker.
Mm-hmm. I can do it too, man.
So yeah, let's talk about the game, man.
Let's do it. What's happening?
What you got coming up, man?
Well, I'm leaving right now. What I want to do, I'm working on a documentary right now.
Mm-hmm.
And it's based on my old boxing gym back in Philadelphia. So
that's right. Yeah, you was telling me.
So I'm doing that right now. We've already been in Philly twice for 2-week periods shooting. We're supposed to actually go back next week. I think we might be, but I'm writing out the storyline right now, and then we hope to start editing at the end of August, and I hope to have it all done by the end of September.
So what made you do that?
Oh man, what's really interesting? You guys know I used to box.
Mm-hmm.
And my boxing career is this. What happened was I started boxing at 14. And two of my partners boxed. And my first year I came in second in the Junior Olympics in the city of Philly, in the Junior Olympics. So as I started getting better, started getting good, I was hanging with my boy Mike Wells, who was a top amateur, Bob Nix, who was a top amateur fighter. And, I started making a little name for myself in Philly. Because, back in Philly, you either box or you play basketball. You know what I mean?
That's true. Or sell drugs.
Right, or sell dope. Mm-hmm. And then in 81, what happened was my mom died, right? So my mom passed. And then what happened was after she died, I had to move. So I never really got stable into a boxing gym before.
Right.
And then what happened was I was always training, but I was never fighting. Then I got a chance to spar Michael Nunn back in for one of his fights, and people kept saying I was good, so that I did well. So I decided to take it up.
Right.
Did that. I won the Golden Gloves twice in Columbus, Ohio. So fast forward.
Now, Pierre said he can beat you up, man, in the ring.
Come on, man. Y'all gonna get some people hurt. It's gonna be real. So anyway, but what happened was last year I went back to Philly to do a show at Warm Daddy's, I had called one of my partners that I used to box with. He started following me online.
Right.
Now this dude was one of the baddest boys ever. He was number 3. He got from my gym. He got as high as number 3 in the country. And there was only one guy who couldn't beat. That pretty much stopped him from probably being the man. And you know what that was?
Mike Tyson?
No, Meldrick Taylor.
Oh, okay, Meldrick.
Yeah. So anyway, I asked him about my old trainer, and he said, I thought they had died, because I knew one of them had died. He said, no, Frank's still alive. And I said, oh, man, So I called Frank, and then, what happened was he gave me Frank's number. I never called it. Went back, and then about October last year, November, I'm laying in bed, right? And I just started thinking, and I thought about the gym, because we really belonged to our iconic gym. The executioners were known all over the country, and the only gym that might have been more popular than ours
was
Kronk and Frazier's gym. And Frazier's gym and our gym was almost neck and neck in Philly. So what I did was I called him and I said, hey, Frank, and this is what got me. This is what made me want to do it. I called Frank. I had talked to Frank in probably 30 years. And I said, hey, Frank, it says Frank Taylor there. He was always been a real cool, nice man. He said, yes, this is Frank Taylor. I said, how you doing, Frank? This is Dannon Green. I used to box for you when I was a kid. And he said, Dannon Green. This is what he said. He said, Dannon Green. Dannon Green, Felton Street, Southpaw. Yeah, good fighter. And it almost made me cry, man.
Wow.
He remembered me. This was like, I ain't boxed with this. Man, ain't seen me over 30 years.
Yeah.
And he said my block and everything. So as a kid, you don't know that people put that much stock into you.
Yeah.
So I said, Frank, Frank, what's going on? And I said, I just want to do a documentary. And he said, Dannon, man, I would love to be involved in it. So I've already interviewed him and 10 other fighters. I went back. Mark Breland's going to be in it. Buddy McGirt's going to be in it. Sam Watson. I've already interviewed these people.
Yeah.
But what really was unique was I talked to Frank about 2 weeks ago, and I told him, he said, well, Dannon, how's it going? I said, it's going good. And obviously when you're doing something like a project like this,
right.
It takes a little time. And Frank is on dialysis.
Oh, okay.
So, and his wife is sick, and he's 77. He's sharp, but he's on dialysis. And I told him, I said, Frank, I need you to live. I said, I'm gonna get this done. I just want you to live and see this. And he said something to me that was just like off the chain, man. He said, and this is, I think we hopefully, man, people hear the story and don't take people that are around you for granted. I ain't talking about in terms of life and death, but to take who you are as really being important.
Right.
Because he said to me, Dannon, you know what you did? He said, no matter what happens, you brought men together who hadn't seen each other and talked to each other in 30 years.
Yeah.
And they all live in Philly. I'm the only one that don't live in Philly.
Yeah.
Damn.
And you know what I mean? So it's coming along good, man. I'm writing on it. I write, Toby called me sometime, I said I'm writing, stuff like that. So I'm just hoping to be able to put a compelling story together, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because, and what I'm doing is something that when I Googled it and YouTubed it, no one's done that before. You hear people do documentaries on a particular fighter,
right? Yeah.
But never on a gym.
On the gym, yeah.
That had so many dominant fighters,
right.
So that's the project I'm working on right now.
Okay, all right, cool, man.
Yeah.
Now, Toby, you guys got a funny story with one of our many road stories, man.
Yeah, I had just
Is this a true dope? Toby story or?
Yeah, this is a dope true story. This ain't the dope true story I had prepared, but this is a dope true story.
This is ladies and gentlemen, this is the next episode of Toby Hixx Presents a Dope True Story.
It's gonna be in 2 parts. The first part is about me and Dannon back in the days. I remember when I first came to LA and started doing comedy, we had some road gigs or whatever, and I don't even know how I remember this shit, but I remember because it was the last time I did some shit like this, like be on the road. This is when you're young, and I remember my man D Militant told me, like, on some of my first road gigs, D said, man, you get out here, You meet these bitches, you just fuck them, and you just keep moving. Don't call, don't do nothing. Don't tell them you're gonna come back.
Right.
Don't do none of that shit. Don't lie to people. Don't deceive them. All this type of shit. But this is something that nowadays we would never do. But I remember we was in Barstow doing this show. Me, Dannon, Marquez the Greatest.
Oh yeah.
And we met some ladies after the show, and we ended up going to their house.
Right.
And that's just a no-no. But we all three spent the night at these women's house, and that shit was just wild, just crazy.
I mean, there's a number
unsafe and everything.
Yeah.
We could have been victims.
How many women was it?
It was 3.
It was 3. We all had a room, and we all had our room.
Y'all just met them at a show?
We met them at the show.
They were at our show.
Oh, y'all just went back to. How did they live together?
No,
it was one of them house, but the house was open and she took us all back. Everybody went back.
But I will tell you this: I did sleep with one eye open. I just didn't sleep totally comfortable. But
see, now I would never even consider no shit like that. But
if
back
she don't come to the hotel room, homie, she can't get it because that's death.
It's so many. Then I mean, I don't even know how I remember that shit after all these years and all the shows I've done. I mean. I smoked so much weed, I've even forgot some shit. But also, like, that shit, like, tripped me out because I know how unsafe that would be in these days. But also, I had another dope true story that's similar to this. I was thinking about one of my homeboys, Shelby Hall, and he was my roommate at the time. It was about 3 of us we were staying in. And, basically, what you would say, this was a dope house, but it wasn't an actual dope house. I mean, it was where we stayed, but it wasn't too many transactions coming through the house. Only special people could come through this path.
Right.
So one time, I'll never forget this shit as long as I'm live. Toby's dope true stories. We was sitting at the pad chilling, me, Shelby, we smoking weed, we having a good time, playing video games. And he had told me that this girl he was seeing was coming over. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So she came over, she knocked at the door, I opened the door. She came in and shit, and then all of a sudden, they went on back to the room, whatever, doing their thing, chilling, whatever, to go back to the room. And so I'm sitting there watching TV. So a few minutes later, I hear like, get your nasty motherfucking ass out of here. How the fuck you gonna do the blah, 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 just cussing and screaming. So I'm sitting on the couch like, what the fuck is happening back there? And so all of a sudden, she come out crying and shit. And I'm like, damn, what the fuck happened? So after she walks towards the door, after she opens the door and goes out, my boy slams the door and he's just fucking pissed. And I'm looking at him like, what the fuck happened? And he reached in his pocket and he pulled a condom out that he had just pulled out from inside of her.
Oh!
She had just fucked another dude right before she came over, and he stuck his hand in her pussy
nasty.
and pulled a condom out.
That nasty,
man, she might have had to catch a 1-2 on that one. Homie. I'm sorry,
that nasty, dirty.
Yes. That shit happened.
That's some nasty. That's some.
Hey, but you know what's funny about that story is that I kind of forgot about it, but I have told a couple people, and this I've heard other people say they've experienced some shit like that. Pulling a condom out.
But the question is now the woman gonna say, I didn't know.
But
at least she did. At least the nigga did with a condom.
No, and he knew it was from the same day too. It ain't like it was a condom from the day before. Cause hey, check this out. My homeboy. Now this is a true story. My homeboy's grandmother. Rest in peace, Grandma Johnson. Okay, she told a story. She was telling me a story of one time when condoms first came out. She said when condoms first came out, and we're talking like the 30s, I think, or the 20s, like somewhere around in the 20s and 30s, when they first came out, whenever that was. One of her girlfriends had sex with a dude, and the condom was stuck in her. And she didn't know because they would just start using condoms, and the lady got infected and all this shit, and had to have like a medical attention. It got really bad because it was a used old condom stuck in her.
That's why you got to go raw, nigga. Just take chances.
Hey, there you go, man.
Hey, that's the dope true story of the week.
Dope
He pulled a condom out.
I think you told me about that too.
Yeah,
man.
that shit was crazy.
What was somebody said it was a funny story where a guy, his homie was like an NBA player. So his homie had a chick come over there, and they was fucking 2 chicks. Like his homie was the guy with the money. So he in the room with his chick, and his chick was like, "Hey, I want to keep it 100 with you. Tell your homie to wear a condom because my girl said she trying to set him up. She's trying to get a baby by him. So make sure you. He said, "Oh man." So he went over there. He was like, "Yo, let me talk to you, man." He said, "Hey man, be careful."
Yeah.
My girlfriend told me said that she gonna try to catch you up.
Bitch.
She gonna try to catch you up.
Right.
She, make sure you wear a condom. He said, dude was like, man, I ain't worried about that. I ain't even wearing a condom. So I don't know how that's it. So listen, man. Dannon, we're gonna do the dope 7. This is called the dope 7, man.
Okay.
I'll ask you 7 dope questions.
Okay.
You just give me whatever,
Okay,
whatever.
good.
Okay,
I'm good with that. Can I say something real quick?
Yes.
I do want to give a shout out to Tobe, man, because I know a lot of people don't know. Tobe put some good money in my pocket back in the day before he moved up to L.A. when he was running San Diego.
Oh, yeah. He was down there.
Yeah, people don't. That's what we mean. Tobe, we really met. Used to have that club that was upstairs with the big glass window and shit. Remember that?
Man. I had.
Oh, you talking about comedy?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought he put some other money doing some other stuff.
Nah. I never sold the dope, man.
I thought you made some drop-offs.
No, I would have made some, but I probably got caught. Me, my ass would have went to
And
the
you
cops.
snitched.
Is this legal?
Yeah. You'd have had the shit on the dashboard.
Yeah, my bad. What's that? It's just some, baking soda.
But no, a lot of people don't know. And then the thing is that what was crazy about that is at that time I had a room. I had the room for like 2 years straight, bringing comics down from LA. When I got to LA, man, maybe 2 or 3 people lifted a finger.
That's why I want to give you that man shout out, because what people don't know, San Diego was actually one of the spots that a lot of comics used to go to get work. So Tobe used to have a night, and then the dudes that helped Nick Cannon get up on the game, I used to come down and
Doc Carter.
Doc in them. I used to do Doc in the room. So and I always give them props because they used to bring Nick up, and I know a lot of people don't know that, and a lot of people feel like they ain't get the juice they should get.
Yeah.
But Doc and them used to bring Nick up. But Doc, I did a lot of his rooms. Now I won't say they always seem to be in the safest area, but they were good rooms.
Oh no, we had some straight hood.
And
The one,
we had some straight
the
hood
crazy
rooms.
one was I could deal with the one you had, but it was the one Doc and them had at the bar. Remember that one?
Yeah.
I swear somebody was getting shot that night.
Didn't we perform
in the parking lot? The parking lot was gravel.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, when the parking lot, they didn't even pave that motherfucker because niggas might get killed. They like, shit, ain't no need of having blood on the cement. Just have it on the rocks.
Yeah, we gonna move the rocks and bury niggas.
Now, we had a show, you remember, I don't know if you remember, we had a show September 11th. Like when it happened, remember we had a show in San Diego that night.
Wow.
We had to go down there and do the show.
Y'all still did it?
Yeah, we still did it. We needed that money.
Yeah.
And people still came out because they were like, fuck that shit. We want to,
But black people, man,
That's true.
something bad happened. They be like, we so resilient.
5 minutes later,
it's like,
we like, fuck it, back to normal.
Somebody got shot. Okay, is he alive? Okay, cool.
All right, so let's do the dope 7, man.
Okay.
All right, if you were not a comedian, what would you be doing?
I would either be a professional fighter or I would be a computer animator.
Okay. You're a professional fighter. I'm thinking everybody need a nickname. Dannon, Green?
Tommy Hearns was my idol, so I would try to call myself the Hitman. I had a little bit of power.
Dannon, Hitman. Green. What was your boxing weight?
I fought 56 in the amateurs.
Okay, you was junior middleweight.
Well, junior middleweights in the pros, but amateurs is called middle.
Middle, okay, all right. Martin or the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
I gotta go with Will because he's from Philly.
Okay, all right.
Even though I went to high school with Martin for 1 year.
All right, last time you've been starstruck?
Oh man, there was somebody, but it's been a while, so I don't get too starstruck no more. But I guess the first guy I was ever starstruck with was Denzel.
Okay, all right, cool.
When I saw him.
Okay, I don't know if you binge watch on TV. Last TV show you binge watched on?
I'm not a binge watcher.
You're not
TV.
a binge watcher?
No.
All right, we'll go. One thing you can't live without?
One thing I can't live without.
Mm-hmm.
I would probably say my computer.
Okay, yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah, I'd rather have my laptop than TV.
Yeah, that you need your laptop.
Yeah.
Man. Favorite city to perform in?
One of my favorite city to perform in. Believe it or not, man, Oakland.
Yeah.
I get mad love from the Bay, man.
I don't do Oakland a lot. I do San Jose.
Yeah, I do Oakland. I've done Oakland a number of times, and every time I've done Oakland, man, the people in the Bay have given me mad love. Man, shout out to my boy Rated R that's brought me up in there a number of times. Yeah.
If you had a 1-hour comedy special, what would you name it?
My boy said my favorite movie, Mandingo. Shut up, down. What I said? What?
If you had a 1-hour comedy special, what would you name it?
Oh yeah, I already came up with one. I'm tired of these niggas.
I like that. I'm tired of these niggas.
Yep.
I like that. That's very. I might steal that one. No,
Yeah,
but
okay. Well, if you went before me, you can have it. Just break me some bread. But
I'm
actually, that's
tired
what I
of
want
these niggas. Yeah, I like that, man. All right, last question. Which one would I go to? Who should be the next James Bond? If it was the next one is a black James Bond. Who should it be? If
it was a black one, I don't think they should have a black James Bond.
You don't think so?
Why?
Because
had enough white ones.
Well, it's just that I know it's gonna sound kind of crazy, but you get so conditioned to see black people. We're such realistic people. Some of the stuff that happened in James Bond, you wouldn't believe that it happened. Right. You know what I mean?
You wouldn't believe it happened to a brother.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Brother, nigga dropping, somebody falling in with some sharks. We ain't gonna try to find a way to get the boy out. Nigga, you took a bad step. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I think that if anybody I would like to have seen was DiCaprio. I liked him. I think DiCaprio would be a hell of a James Bond.
No, man, they got to let a black dude do it. All they got to do is change
if it had to be a brother. If it had, got to be a brother.
Honestly,
anybody. Yeah.
Me.
Okay, I like that. Ladies and gentlemen, Dannon Green is your next James
I can
Bond.
act. I can act.
Yeah.
People have never said I couldn't act. That's one thing I can do.
Yes, you can, man. And speaking of that, what can we see you in coming up? You got a lot of... Where can we find you at online, and where can we see
well, if you want to follow me, and I'm not real big on social media, but my Facebook name is Dannon Green, like it's spelled Dannon Green, Green. I don't tweet, but I am on Instagram, and that's Dannon Green 66. So that's and really, man, what I'm doing right now, man, I'm keeping 100. I got one commercial running. I'm up for a movie right now that they're actually rewriting. So, but you don't count. Y'all know this business better than anybody. You don't count nothing till the check is cashed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But they called me when I got back from the Middle East, and I'm also in my documentary. So those are the main three things that
I got a question for you.
No problem. What's up, Tobe?
Are you a Laker fan now that LeBron is here?
Oh, shit.
Okay,
because you're the biggest LeBron fan.
We ain't got enough time for that.
Damn.
Go ahead.
Can we have a couple minutes, just a couple minutes, man? Because we got to ask the producer, my man.
Go ahead.
And he's a good dude. Give me first name again.
That's Paul.
That's right, Paul, man. So we got to give shout out to Paul, the engineer, because he's running.
Will you be a Laker fan now that LeBron is here?
Yes.
Are you a Laker fan, right?
No, he was anywhere LeBron.
No.
He was Cleveland, wherever.
Here's my story. And everybody in LA knows my story when it comes to the Lakers. When Shaq came to the Lakers, we had a club called Fat Tuesday.
I remember that.
Shaq used to come to the club every single week.
That's when I first moved out.
And Shaq would even say something stupid so you would talk about it. So a lot of you people that are going to these
He
Shaq...
always say some stupid shit.
But I'm saying all you people... Well, he would do it to get the comedians
I know
going.
what you're saying, yeah.
And so I want to tell all you comics out there that are on the Shaq tour, y'all ain't the first one that he loved, okay? Mm-hmm. First of all. So Shaq I used to hang with Shaq. Kobe, when got to town... Kobe used to hang with Shaq, what a lot of people don't know. So Kobe came to the Comedy Store one night, and that's when I got Kobe that night. People remember it when I talked about it. I was like, how old are you? And he's like, I said, nigga, you better get out of here. You're going to close us down. And I was getting Kobe, whatever. Shaq was my guy. I was hanging with Shaq. When Shaq and the Kobe thing happened, then I was mad. I was like, the rest of L.A. L.A. got split. Mm-hmm. Some went with Shaq. What people don't know around the country, and some went with Kobe. Mm-hmm. So then what happened was when Shaq went to
where you go to Miami?
He went to Miami. Mm-hmm. So he got the championship I was rolling with. I did not want the Lakers to win any games that year, and they did not make the playoffs. Mm-hmm. I had box seat tickets because one of my partners owns a business. He had box seat tickets at the Staples Center, so I used to follow him. What happened was, after they got Pau Gasol, which was, I think, 3 years later, and I was still going to the games, I was like, all right, I'm starting to like him, whatever. They got Ron Artest, so I was going with him. Mm-hmm. So that's when I became a Laker fan. Now, 2003, real quick, Magic Johnson had a thing called Midnight Madness, if you remember that. Mm-hmm. He did it for 20 years until he ended it. That was the last year he had at the Staples Center, which was the first year that the Staples Center was open. Mm-hmm. He had Carmelo Anthony, Chris Bosh, LeBron, all of the top draft picks. The only one that I think that wasn't there was D Wade, and they were playing against like other NBA players. Ron Artest, and what people don't know, Ron Artest and LeBron were going at it. Like Ron Artest almost wanted to fight LeBron.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Meta World Peace.
Meta World Peace. Yes, I'm sorry. What's up, Meta? So what happened was, and I told people this, after the game, I was like, okay, he's the real deal. But I kept telling everybody, but the nigga of the game was Carmelo. Carmelo was putting in work. Got to see LeBron it was this in Century City. There was a club out in Century City where everybody used to party.
Century Club.
Century Club, yes. You remember that one back in the day, yeah. So LeBron was there, and he was mad cool. He had a white suit on, and he with his group. So
the same one from the draft?
Yeah, I think so.
Ahead.
I think he was. So I started becoming a fan. So the thing about the Lakers was I really liked the Lakers, but I really kind of fell off on the Lakers with some of the Kobe stuff. And I know Kobe, no disrespect to Kobe, but it was some things that happened.
When he snitched on Shaq.
That was it pretty much. Because Shaq was my guy.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Because
the streets don't respect
yeah.
you.
And I knew things about Kobe that how Shaq felt. It wasn't that Shaq was mad, but I asked Shaq one time. I said, Shaq, what's up with Kobe? And he just kept saying he think he Mike. That's all he would tell me. He never said nothing. Shaq never said nothing bad about him. This is a true story. I was at Shaq's crib when he told me this. He said he just think he Mike. And then on 2001, when they first won the championship, John Sally called me up and said, yo, Dan, you want to hang out? I'm like, you motherfucking right, I want to hang out. Yeah. You know, they just won a championship. He called me that night. I went to Sally's crib. They were living over Mulholland Estates. Sally lived down the street from Shaq.
Yeah.
So we hanging. So I said to Sally, Sally, what's up with Kobe? Like, because we stopped seeing Kobe hanging out, all that stuff. He said, all Kobe want to do is be the best basketball player in the world. He just want to be the best. So I was kind of like, okay, cool. But him and Shaq was cool, so I was still with him. But then, now to the LeBron part. Y'all know we've already talked about it, and I think all three of us are kind of on the same thing. It's not the fact that people can't dislike LeBron, because we all have athletes we don't like. It's just the fact that there's no way you can convince me, one, how LA is so anti-LeBron right now.
Right.
And LeBron, like we said in the car, look, it ain't like LeBron beat them in the finals.
Yeah.
LeBron ain't never beat. Is anybody be mad at Rondo?
Oh shit, we got a born again Lakers.
I'm a
fan.
born
He's
again.
back.
That's right. Yeah, you throw water over here.
Back.
So that's the reason. Yeah. And I think you get everybody talk about, well, he called himself the king. Well, here's the one thing, Dr. J. No, because if you're going to do
that's Nike. That was a
he
Nike.
didn't call himself. No. He got called the king in high school by a dude.
Yeah.
It's the same with Dr. J. Dr. J didn't call himself Dr. J.
And it's a play on his name.
Yeah, a dude said
King James.
When he was at Rucker Park, I saw the documentary. He said the doctor, and then they had gave Doc all these different names. And Doc said, "I like the doctor. Call me the doctor." Yeah. So all of these people hating on LeBron for him calling himself the king, but they're not hating on a man, a young boy that take $48 million of his own money, send people to college.
Yeah,
he hired his partners.
Yeah, we know.
They run his. You know what I'm saying? So that's the reason.
Okay, so hold on. So will you? Yeah, we about to get. Will you be wearing a Lakers shirt this year?
If I get a Lakers shirt that has LeBron's
number on it, so basically Laker LeBron jersey.
A Laker LeBron jersey. And what some people don't know, and I've shown it before, I have a original Kobe Bryant jersey in my house. I think you've seen it, Tobe. Number 8. Original, $254 that my partner gave me.
Oh shit!
Yeah, so it's original.
That's what I was waiting to ask you, if you was gonna switch over to LeBron.
Yeah, I am. I got to, because. But here's the thing. I'm a player fan, just like a lot of people. So when Jordan was in the league, I like Jordan in Chicago. When Jordan went to Washington, I followed him.
When so you just follow the best player then?
No, I follow the best player that I like. How about that, nigga? Hey, but my question is, Toby, why are LeBron fans, Laker fans, divided on whether they want to accept LeBron, knowing that if the Lakers win, they're going to cheer for him? That's my question. That's
Kobe.
You.
They
gonna cheer when that first dunk.
They gonna cheer. They Kobe fanatics who love Kobe and just how Kobe.
But Kobe ain't gonna lose nothing.
You can't tell them that. But that's a whole. Look, we'll be here for a whole nother hour to talk about that, man.
Right.
But we appreciate you guys coming. You coming, man? Come back and see us, man.
I sure will, man. When I get my doc done, man, I like to come back. I like to come back.
But we can listen when NBA season starts. We are gonna have an NBA season preview. We talk about that, man. Hey, appreciate you coming in. Listen, everybody, please follow us on our Instagram page, Dope Dealer Podcast. We got a number that you can call if you want to talk to us.
818-916-1818.
One more time.
818-916-1818.
So please, what else? So you can come. You can call us and talk to us. You want to suggest anything to us, subjects, so we'll listen to you. Listen, we're comedians. All three of us are comedians. So if you need to
great
book us,
comics,
yeah, come. We will love to come to your city. I'm at Jamal Doman, JamalDoman on Instagram.
At Dannon Green, Dannon Green, Green 66.
At
Instagram.
Tobe Hixx, TOBEHIXX.
You anywhere this week?
I just got a couple things. Hey, we shooting episodes for live tracks on True TV this week and next week. I mean, shooting for about a month or two, so just waiting on the final dates. But yeah, don't forget season 2 live tracks on True TV this fall.
Shout out to the whole Laugh Mob.
Hey, and
crew.
I like to give a shout out to the people in Thailand. Rescuing the young boys and the
great
culture
job.
out of there.
Great
the
job.
people
The
from
Navy
all
SEALs.
the people from all over the world that came and helped
helped
those
out,
kids because that was traumatizing to me.
Damn, Toby, I hope you said, because, bruh, I was just fixed on YouTube every day, man, because I felt something, because there's no way I did not want them boys
Yeah.
So I'm
not
just
to
glad-
make it and not be able to have a life.
Yeah.
Glad them.
So all the
Yeah.
heroes that helped him out, and also rest in peace to the one diver who
Yes,
lost
the
his
one
life.
diver. Yes,
Yeah, that's
and I told
unfortunate.
somebody, you know what's crazy
bless
about
his
it?
family.
I hate to say this, but that's the movie right there.
Oh yeah.
No, not the fact that the kids, because that
No,
is,
it's the-
but
one-
the fact that he had
That's
the one
gonna be
guy
part-
die.
that's gonna be the.
That's what makes the movie.
That's gonna be a
so
movie. So
dramatic.
we happy for all those kids, and they reunited with
So
their
yeah,
family.
that's what I
man.
wanted to get that. Yeah, I'm happy.
But stay
for the
out the
kids in
cave,
Thailand.
nigga.
And I'm hoping this information on Shady McCoy is not true. That's all I got to say.
We'll talk about that another day, man. Hey, listen, we're sponsored by Doman Cheap Movers, the #1 moving company in San Fernando Valley. Doman Cheap Movers.
If you need to move,
we can make it smooth.
And let me tell you, he can move. He moved me twice. Yeah,
never satisfied customer.
Hey, this brother here took my California king bed, got it in the crib.
Yeah.
Put up my front. He did it all.
Yeah, and nigga ain't even tip me. So anyway, no, I'm just.
Damn, you wasn't going to tell about that.
No, you took me. You took me the.
No, then I broke you off too.
Yeah, you broke me off, but you also took me to.
Oh no, you know I'm gonna do that. You
Come
my
on,
man.
I'm just messing.
I know you are. I know.
All that money you done made off them commercials. So listen,
opposite word made.
Spread the word. Spread the word.
Made.
Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Listen, go to our iTunes page and leave a review. Rate us and leave a review, and we will give you a free T-shirt. All you got to do is come to our Instagram page, take a picture of it, hit me on a DM, send me your address and your size, and we will send you a free T-shirt. That's how we do it.
One more thing before we go. For the people that want to send music, Jamal, tell them exactly how to do it, because people have hit me and they're a little confused.
Yeah, send it to jamaldoman@gmail.com. JamalDoman@gmail.com. It's original music. Just send me a link to it. It cannot be a YouTube link. It cannot be an iTunes link. You should have an original link to it. Just send it to me. And once I get it to my email, we will play it.
And it better be original. Do we have no sample in it?
No samples. We can't do that, man. Hey, listen, we love
Daryl
you guys,
Smith, what's
man.
up,
God
baby?
bless you, Armed Forces. We love you, Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Space Force. We love
Man,
National
military.
Guard. We love you, military.
Anybody overseas?
Yes.
Bahrain, Kuwait, Jordan, Djibouti, Africa, and Cairo, Egypt. Much respect. I was over there performing, and let me tell you, man, those Marines. Not Marines. The servicemen and women. I have mad new respect for them.
We love you guys, man.
Thank you guys so much for your done for
We
us.
see you next week. Dope Dealers.
Dope Dealer Podcast.
Beat the shit that I'm dropping, beat the shit that I'm spitting. I told you niggas I'm different. Rest in peace to the fallen, I'm screaming free all my niggas. Take a cruise to the hood and go say what's up to my sister. Grab a zone from my partner, go break it down with my hitters. Anyone that you act funny, get put in the blender. This is far from a movie, you niggas good at pretending. I'm gone like shit, I'm just hoping you feel it. Got my grind up now, all I know go and get it. Vocabulary insane, got the flow to go with it. And ain't no hands out, got us stuck on a mission and know it's no looking back. Harder for me cause I'm black. When that money get funny, slow down, spinning the stack. Tryna